This is what they found on Kohberger's internet search history. Disturbing porn links, repeated searches for violent porn items, forced, drugged, sleeping, or passed out. And see, we must know as Christians that porn is a spiritual weapon. Welcome to the Jon Amanchukwu Show. My friends, thank you so much for tuning in. But do me a big favor. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget that there is no rhythm like the owl go rhythm. I think that hurt a little bit. But listen, I say that because without you liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel, I'm not able to get the truth out. But with you and with your support, I'm able to fight the good fight of faith, expose the issues that we need to expose, and inspire you towards good works. Now, in this episode, we're going to talk about a topic entitled From the Classroom to the Crime Scene. Bryan Kohberger confessed to unaliving, I have to say it that way because we're on YouTube, bear with me, but for unaliving 4 college students after consuming violent porn. Now, and this is part of the reason why we must eliminate porn culture, starting in schools. Now, you all already know that my title from the liberal media is that they call me the book banning pastor. Now, I'm not banning books. I'm just telling them that they should not put pornography upon bookshelves for children to see. A kid can't just go to school and type in whatever porn site they want to go to because the internet has guardrails on it and safety nets, right? In the same manner that we protect them on the internet, shouldn't we do the same thing on bookshelves? That's all that I'm saying. And so the liberal media just keeps calling me the book banning pastor. I used to not like that title, but now I kind of like it because it reminds me that I'm over the top, over the target. And it's the opposite that I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to protect children. And I have this thing called common sense, which has become uncommon in our culture. Now, Bryan Kohberger confessed that he unalived 4 students after consuming violent pornography. And you have to ask yourself, why would a person want to look at violent porn in the first place? I mean, when you think of sex, you think of something that's pleasurable, that feels good. Something within the confines of marriage that God has created and given to the husband and to the wife. Yes, for procreation, but also the Bible says the bed is undefiled. And so they can just enjoy themselves. That's what God designed for the man and the woman who are doing so under the banner of one being married. But you don't think about sex in the same regard where you think of, trying to force yourself on someone, rape someone, choke someone till they pass out, BDSM, all of this stuff, man. It's just awful. And so this is not a coincidence. It's the fruit of a culture that grooms children from a young age to normalize lust, confusion, and violence. And so you can pull up the article that we have here. But this is what they found on Kohberger's internet search history. Disturbing porn links. Here it is. Phone data revealed repeated searches for violent porn items, forced, drugged, sleeping, or passed out, according to people.com and eonline.com. This guy was sick. All right. He's a sick human being. He's a corrupt person. And these are the things that he wanted. And ultimately, it led him to take the life of 4 people. You can swipe here and you can take a look at more of what People magazine is covering, and swipe again and again, and you'll see this video that should come up next.
The most damaging kinds of pornography are those that involve violence and sexual violence, because the wedding of those two forces, as I know only too well, brings about behavior that is just too terrible to describe. I've lived in prison for a long time now, and I've met a lot of men who were motivated to commit violence just like me, and without exception, every one of them was deeply involved in pornography, without question, without exception.
So there it is right there, my friends. As you are casually surfing the internet and you find something that looks appealing and attractive to you, and sometimes you don't have to go searching for it, it finds you. But just know that, as he just mentioned, that many men who are in prison today did so because they casually viewed porn. Then also a separate report confirmed that he also downloaded porn depicting involuntary sex scenarios and was fixated on non-consensual themes before and after the unaliving incidents. And so here it is. Ephesians 5:11 says this: have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather expose them. And I believe there's also a hearing taking place as we speak on this, and we'll update you on that on my post in the commentary area. But there's a court case taking place over all this stuff, man. This guy is just a sinister, dastardly individual. And see, we must know as Christians that porn is a spiritual weapon. And Kohberger is not the first and won't be the last unless we act. The church must fight for the minds and the hearts of the next generation. And one of the things that happens is people turn to porn as an opium, as a gateway to escape, right? To enjoy, to relax. But at the end of the day, it's not going to better you. It's only going to give you a false sense of what sex is. It's only going to desensitize you to the opposite sex or the same sex. It's going to cause you to view everyone you see through the lenses of what you have watched. That's why you should shun it. See, schools, and this is near and dear to my heart, are the first battlefield. Sexually explicit books and materials are now common in public schools. Kids are being taught to explore sexuality before they can define morality. And this isn't education, my friends, it's grooming. Proverbs 22 verse 6 says, train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart from it. And so early exposure equals long-term damage. Kids introduced to pornographic content early are more likely to struggle with addiction, develop violent or distorted views of sex, experience confusion, depression, and shame. And what starts in the library, as you can see with this evil man, Kohberger, can also end in tragedy. Tragedy to the point where 4 lives are lost just because of some casual surfing and looking at porn. Isaiah 5:20 says this: woe to those who call evil good and good evil. And see, culture's lie is that sex is casual. Schools, media, and entertainment teach that sex is just pleasure and not purpose. The result: broken homes, identity crisis, and hardened hearts. Porn strips sex of its sacredness and people of their value. And so God's design is holiness. 1 Corinthians 6:18-20. I'll paraphrase here. It says, your body is a temple. Honor God with what? Your body. Sex was designed by God, not for entertainment, but for covenant, intimacy, and creation. Distorting it distorts everything. See, the spirit of perversion, my friends, is after our children. And Kohberger's confession isn't just shocking, it's a wake-up call, and we should take it as that. We won't fix this nation by waiting on Washington. This is the message to the church. It starts with purging the schools and restoring the home. What the church and the parents must do: number one, purge porn from classrooms. Demand the removal of all sexually explicit books in schools. Speak up at school board meetings and vote for righteous leadership. Number two, restore biblical sexuality. Teach kids that sex is a gift and not a game. Reinforce purity, identity, and purpose at home and in church. Number three, expose the grooming agenda, and it is real. Call out institutions that normalize early sexual exposure and refuse to be silent while innocence is destroyed. Number four, build walls of protection. Use tech tools and monitoring to safeguard homes and equip youth with discernment and accountability. Number five, pray for a purity revival. Ask God to cleanse the culture and remain at the forefront of the hearts of our children and school officials and our next generation. And lastly, fast and intercede, because this is a spiritual warfare. My friends, let me know what you think below in the comment section. Am I right or am I wrong? Am I weak or am I strong? God bless you and God bless America.